What's up everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. In today's video, I'm going to show you all the locations where you can find the Relic Fragment boxes in the Unnamed City. Now, these locations are not all going to have boxes there when I show you the location, because not all the boxes spawn at the same time. You'll get 4 or 5 boxes that spawn all at the same time. So I didn't reload saves in order to get them all to spawn. That would have been way too much work, but I can guarantee that all these locations will spawn or have the potential to spawn a Relic Fragment box. Additionally, I want to thank everybody who crushed the like button on the previous video where I asked you to do so in order to make this video. That video where I showed you the locations for all the bosses is at 366 likes. Y'all are absolutely amazing. I'm not going to give you a goal in this one. Just if you enjoy the video, go ahead and whack that like button. And one last thing before I show you all the locations, if you're playing on PC, I do have the coordinates for each one of these Relic Fragment boxes in the description of this video if that's something that you want to use. So without further ado, there is this box right here. Now I am going to pick them up while I'm here, but I'm also going to try to format these all the same way. So I'm going to show you the area that you should come to, show you around the area a little bit so you know exactly where you need to go, and I'm going to show you the location on the map so you know where I'm at in the Unnamed City. I think that's the best way to show you where all of these are at. So for this particular one, you need to come and you need to climb in order to get it. I'm gonna fly because I'm in God mode, and why not? So you just climb up here and grab this Relic Fragment box, and that gives you a Fragment of Power. Now, I'm not doing these in any particular order. I am just going from location to location and showing you where they're at. So it's not like you need to go in the order that I'm going. I will have some chapters in this video so that you can see or you can skip to the different ones. So like this one's near the archivist or the obelisk there, and there you go, there it is on the map. It's right up there, and you are going to have to climb to this one. Now this one's not so far of a climb to climb up and check for it. A lot of these are quite a climb just to get up there and realize that maybe it hasn't spawned in that location. And you'll really have to decide which one of these are easier for you to come and find. Like there's another location right here. This one is actually pretty easy because you don't have to climb up to this one. You can actually walk along a path or walk along that area there and get to it without any climbing. And I'll show you as I run back here exactly where we're at. We actually don't have to climb up at all. We could just run down this pathway directly from down there. So this one is pretty easy to check and see if it's there. You don't have to do a lot of climbing and you're not gaining any corruption. So this is one that you can just run down and see, is it there, is it not there, and move on your merry way. This one, on the other hand, is way up high. This is a huge climb to get up to this one. So you're going to have to decide whether you really want to come up here and check to see if it's up here. I mean, look at the amount of climbing that you have to do in order to get up to this one. Now, at least climbing in heavy armor is a little bit better now, but it's still a pretty decent climb to get up to that one. And you can see where we're at on the map. This is another one that's really easy to find. In fact, I rarely come through the Unnamed City without grabbing this one because it's just right on the path where I'm running in order to get from one boss to another. So normally I will check this one here, but it is way down here around this circle, and you just want to run around to the back of it. Now, this does have the skeletons that are kind of worshiping the stone. I don't know why they're worshiping a stone. Maybe they're worshiping the idols there, but again, this is a really easy one to grab while you're running through the Unnamed City. Here's another one that's way up high. It's probably not as high as the other one that I showed you earlier. It also does have a chest up here that has some silver, maybe some gold in it from time to time. But this one's not real far from the area that I just showed you, should you want to climb up and look for this one. And here it is, it's at this location on the map, and just to the right of that is where we were just a moment ago. So if you're inclined to fly up here, or I guess in your case, climb up there, you can do that super duper easy. Not a huge climb, but again, it does require some climbing. Now this location requires some climbing as well, but it's very little. There's hardly any climbing, and I'll actually show you that, but it spawns right there. So this one's really easy to come and check. So there we are on the map, and I'll actually show you the way that I go to get up here. So I don't come all the way down here and try to climb up. I actually run way down. Well, I would be running towards me, but I come from the far side here. So if you go down to this edge, right about here is where I would climb up from the other side, just like that. So right about here is where I'd start climbing up, and then I'd just run down and get it. All right, now this one is actually on the back side of the building where you're gonna fight the Red Mother, and it's gonna be right in that area right there. So if you are gonna come up here, you're gonna have to climb up from the opposite side of the Red Mother, and you can see where we're at on the map right there. But yeah, you are gonna have to do some decent climbing in order to get up there. I'll show you. You have to go all the way up to that top spot, and you are going to gain corruption the entire time that you're in this area, so keep that in mind, and you'll have to decide whether it's worth it to come up here to see if there is or is not a fragment of power in this area. This one I would think is probably the most well-known relic fragment box because it actually sits right behind the Red Mother. So if you've ever come down here and fought the Red Mother, you've probably seen the chest and then the relic fragment box behind the Red Mother, and I'll show you where that's at on the map right there. But this one's super easy. Just kill the Red Mother and grab that fragment box. All right, so this is another one that you're going to have to climb for, and some of this area is going to give you corruption. I'll show you exactly where we're at, but it is going to spawn right in that area there, and I'll go over the edge here in just a moment, but here's where we're at on the map. Now, if you've ever been in this area, you know that there are a treasure seeker and a few relic hunters down below. You can see them there, and that's where you want to go. You want to go right there. So you're going to have to fight your way through these guys down here and then climb your way up. And you can see I am gaining corruption in that area. Another great place to gain corruption and possibly get a relic fragment box is right here in this location. There'll be one spawned right in the center of that area, and we are right above the aviary. So that's where you're gonna fight the boss bat, the winged death right here, that guy right there. And if you turn around from him and just climb this pedestal right here, there's one that spawns on the top of it. The next one you're definitely going to have to fight to get to. You can see it's right there. And this one's a little bit odd when you look at the map. You can see it's just looks like it's out in the middle of nowhere, but it's actually in one of the buildings. So it's in the building where you find the giant snake. So there's the giant snake and all of the little baby cobras that you can fight. But that's it right there. You need to go through that in order to get that relic fragment box. Now, I will run out to the front of this so you do know for sure exactly how to get in here. I think most of you probably do, but in order to be thorough, I want to make sure that you know exactly which entrance you're using in order to get in there. And there's actually two entrances, one on either side, and you can see all of the corruption there, and there's one on the other side there. So you just want to enter in there and grab your relic fragment box. Go through there, go through the tunnel, and boom, there you go. The next one here is actually nestled right behind the green dragon, and it's one you could actually just about run by and grab if you really wanted to. If you're quick on your feet and you're able to get away quickly enough, you could probably grab that. I don't know what these baby dragons are doing. At least the one is freaking out there, but this is the location on the map right there, and you can grab that and keep running. Now, this is one that I personally have never found in my gameplay. I've never taken the time to actually come into this location and look to see if there's a relic fragment box in here. But where we're at on the map is right here. So you can see there's 1, 2, and the third, and 1, 2, and the third. So it's the middle one of all of these outcrops, okay? And what you're gonna need to do is actually climb inside the circle and then go down in order to get that relic fragment box. And I personally have just never put the time into going in there, but if that's something you want to do, that's the location where you can find it. Now this is one that you can find early on in game. This one's super easy because you're really able to get to this one without attracting a whole lot of attention. So it'll just be half out of the sand in this location. I'll show you where we're at on the map right there. But this is a really easy area to get to. There's some relic hunters that you can kind of skirt by. And then the other things that are in this area are going to be scorpions. So as long as you don't attract too much attention, you could actually grab this one early on in game with little to no worry. And the one that spawns on this rock right here, this is a super easy one to get. So I don't care if you're a veteran in Conan Exiles or if you're new to Conan Exiles. If you can make it to this area right here, you can get this relic fragment box at any level, because there is absolutely nothing once you enter the city in between you and it. There's a couple of scorpions off in the distance, but you don't even have to get close to them. There's an entrance right next to where this thing spawns, and it's right over here. So you could easily run up through there as long as you can get through the hyenas that are down there, and you could just run over and get this box super easy and start adding relic fragments to your inventory early game. And then this last location is pretty easy for early game as well. It'll spawn right in this area, and all you have to do is be able to climb up to it. So this is right on the walls of the Unnamed City. As you can see from the map, it is right there. So you can climb from either side. You can climb up this side, you can climb up the other side, and get to this one without running into any enemies whatsoever. And there you go, guys. That is all 17 locations for the relic fragment boxes in the Unnamed City. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section below how many of these locations did you know about before watching this video. The whack moments in this video were sponsored by my legendary supporters. If you'd like to become a member, you can click the button below that says join. That'll give you all the details. And if you want to continue the fun, there's 2 videos on the screen. You can pick one of those to watch next. Please don't forget to whack the like button. And if you're new to the channel, I'd encourage you to click that subscribe button, click that bell so you get notified when I upload another video.